That's because I forgot to turn the mic on. Let's go. Almost funny. You know how many people forget to turn their mics on during stream? This guy, I know that. Oh, I love this car. This car is dope. Oh, dude. I hear you now. Right on, man. Yeah, that was my bad. Got to turn on the microphone. Sorry. You hear me okay though? Are you? let's see. What's up, everybody? I don't want to be in photo mode.
Okay, Phoenix. I have set your route to a nearby race event. When it is safe to do so.
The biggest beats to keep you jumping. Only on Bass Arena.
In 400 yards, turn right. Arrived at your destination.
We don't enter event. Apparently we're going to enter the event. Yeah, I'm playing my hand raise. I don't know what that card is, but it looks good. Oh yeah, this one. I forgot about this one. I don't know what the name of this one is. This is crazy. I think it has too much support. Restart event? Yeah, hell yeah, man. What's that? Everything. I like the night. Try to help better. football. Madden. Everybody likes Madden. Let's go. Got 300 followers on TikTok. What? I mean, TikTok. Way past that on TikTok. On Twitch. So you guys, if you want, on over to Twitch. You can see the whole deal, the whole gameplay, me, everything. Link is right behind me.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports. It's in the game. If it's in the game, it's in the game. EA Sports. It's in the game. Likes, everybody. I'm playing franchise mode on here. So I wonder how to play. I wonder how to play online. I've never played against anybody online. Thank you for the like. Thank you. Appreciate that, you guys. Double tapping that screen, rock. I roll. Madden moments, limited time.
Only religion was the moon. Made a couple million, hallelujah. Daddy was a
originally I wanted to see if I'm playing somebody online, but
homework, I was going home with the work, no tutor.
opening kickoff.
Grew up with the hustlers and the killers. Now I'm kicking it with Puffy in the villa. Chiller, click full of zombies like Thriller. Got real, about to get real. That's just how I'm feeling.
It's just a shop to buy
That's
stuff.
how I'm feeling.
I don't want to buy stuff. I want to play.
I'm out here trying to make a killer. Stack a couple million to the ceiling.
So
When I touch down, I'ma burn it all to the ground. Make sure the whole world feel it. That's just how I'm feeling.
Champions Series.
That's
I
just how
can
I'm
play
feeling.
people online.
Dog, that's just how I'm feeling.
Hey, Belly, them ready?
When I touch down, the whole world feel it.
Franchise
That's
mode
just how I'm
takes forever to load up. Franchise mode. Alright, so Houston, Arizona. Gotta make the settings. I'm just gonna play. I'm not gonna mess with the settings. We're just gonna play. Just want to play some ball. Thank you for sending the likes, you guys. We're almost up to 1,000 likes. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's see if we can hit 1,000 likes, guys. Thanks for double tapping the screen. We're only 10 away. Somebody has to double tap the screen like 5 times right now. That's all. Alright, we're gonna play the full game. Let's go. Ready up. Yeah, I'm playing with my mouth, but I'm not using the quad stick. I'm using the controller. Little Angel, where are you from again? Buddha Baker. Hey, my name is Buddha Baker.
Today,
Let's
from
go.
State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. More now on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they'll start at quarterback, a former star up in the Canadian League. It's Chris Strebler.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out.
Fights through and now a crease. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. Chase Edmonds, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cards on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, and getting him in for 6 points. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls and his 5th season now in the NFL.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores, and you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Out of the gun, Watson. Again, that's Hurst. Now this defense for the Cardinals, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the 50, it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Returning it is Moore. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On play action, Strebler. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
Gotta love a guy who'll stand in there and deliver. No matter what the pressure, waits for the route to come open, hangs in there, and completes the pass.
Strebler sets to throw on 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Green. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. 77 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to say, as you said.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Here's Watson. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now Watson. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Chandler Jones in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
2020 wasn't the year that Chandler Jones would normally have because of a biceps injury. Only 1 sack in the 5 games played, but he had 17 sacks in 2017, 19 in 2019. Let's play some numerology here. Can he have 21 in 2021?
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. Now we're going to get a stoppage here if we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
That's how we do it.
He gets attended to. He'll step aside.
Greatness looks like her first. Where's everybody? No. Second quarter. 5 minutes 20 on the clock. Just picked it up.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk.
There we go.
Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chris Stridler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Houston's offense taking over again, and they're in an early hole. First drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Now this throw caught left side. And he goes down, but not before
before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
From the left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and goal, Watson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
And Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point to drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
They'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets them 3 more. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense.
And he works free. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
Right on, my man. I got friends that.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. To throw is Strebler. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. From the gun is Strebler. And he rifles one incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, but now it'll be 3rd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
You can't do the left stick and the right stick.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this score will stay right where it is.
Sometimes I can't do that kick. Unless it's lined up straight in the middle, I can't even do it, man. It's just whatever. It's not like I'm going to lose the game because of it, but still.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Thank you for the likes.
To throw again on second down. Watson, screen play, Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. He is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Throwing again on second and 10, Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Again, it's Watson. That's the tight end, Hurst with it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Thank you for the likes.
Throwing again on second down. Watson out to the flat here for Johnson. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Almost 2,000 likes. Let's go.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start our tour out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Rams who have the lead in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford.
Really cool, man. Thank you for the,
Next, we'll check in on the silver and black as we head to Las Vegas to see what's happening with the Raiders. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And that matchup all even in their battle with the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, let's go. We're almost at 2K likes. Let's go double tap. Guys, thank you for the likes. What is Billy there? Is that you, Billy? Thank you for the likes.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And they're going jet sweep. Here's Tate. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From the 40 now on second down. Watson, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Zayden Collins, rookie first-round pick there on the stop. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Watson. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Watson now to throw. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Dancing to his left. There he goes inside the 30. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
That was horrible.
Lindsey now off the read option. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. They're back within a score. It's 8, 21-13. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Cardinals to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
They start the drive with Connor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Desmond King making the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Don't be upset, fool. Calm down. It's cool. It's all good.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Strebler. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a handoff to Connor. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now Strebler. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Able to stay in bounds so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On second and goal, here's the option.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Chris Streveler.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the second time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Houston set to take over.
After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On first down, Watson over the middle, and it's incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target, but it's going to be second down. From the gun, here's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw is Watson. Dumping it off for Johnson.
And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And in a 2-score game, obviously every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Watson.
Yeah, this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Marco Wilson.
And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
We knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here, because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Connor. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year.
And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. The football going back over to Arizona now. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Connor. The tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead, they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Here comes the Cardinals defense. They head out and get set here. They recovered the fumble last time. 3 turnovers for them in this game. They've been, that word opportunistic comes to mind, right?
Exactly right. And you know guys on defense, they say the turnovers, and offensive guys call them turnovers. We call them takeaways. We go get them. And that's exactly what they've done in this game.
The former DB making sure you know their takeaways on the defense.
Takeaways, man.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time. Gets the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On third down, they run with Edmonds. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Arizona, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another home date next week.
TikTok. I'm out. See you guys next time on the stream.